Namaste, yogis, and welcome to our arm balancing holiday series practice. I find this practice to be very indicative of my life off of the mat. So if you're feeling a bit unbalanced in your life, don't be surprised if your balancing postures are a little wobbly. We'll use this space to build out our practice off of the mat by finding balance here on the mat. Let's begin in a child's pose. Spread the knees wide to the edges of your mat and walk your hands out as far as you can, stretching out even through the fingertips. Release your forehead onto the mat, and let's begin our practice as we always do by taking a full deep breath in through the nose, pausing at the top of that breath, and then exhale, let it go. Use the breath to signal to yourself that you are arriving here on your mat for your yoga practice and that everything else outside of this practice can wait. Stay with your breath as you come up to your hands and your knees into a tabletop pose. And let's extend the right leg out directly behind us. Left arm will reach forward. So feel that you're reaching the hand and the foot in opposite directions. And then as you exhale, bring the elbow and knee to touch. Inhale to extend. Exhale to touch. Inhale, reach long. And exhale, elbow to knee. One more time, reaching long. Pause here and lower the hand, lower the knee. And let's just move to the other side. This time right arm reaches long, left leg reaches. Take a breath in and then exhale, elbow to knee. Reach it out. Elbow kisses the knee. See if you can really bring those to touch. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, round. Inhale, get long. And then exhale, lower the hand, lower the foot. We'll tuck the toes and press back into a downward facing dog. Just pedal out your feet, whatever you need to find some opening in the back of the hamstrings. Staying with that deep, full breath. From here, let's bring the left hand a bit more towards the center of the mat and then walk the right hand back, clasping the outside of the left leg. So you can stay here or play with raising the right heel up to the sky, maybe even just lifting it an inch or two off of the earth. And then we'll replace that right hand, take a deep breath to reset. And then we'll center the right hand on the mat. This time, left hand will reach back and clasp the outside of the right ankle. Stay here or just play with lifting that left foot off of the mat. Give yourself permission to fall out of the pose. If you fall out, just come right back. We'll all meet in downward facing dog for a full breath in and out. And then let's step to the top of the mat, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold forward, head to legs. Clasp opposite elbows and just allow the spine to unfurl here. Feel that you're creating space between the discs and the vertebrae, getting nice and long. Softly bend your knees and roll yourself up to standing. Shrug the shoulders and inhale to sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. On your inhale, reach the arms overhead, gaze up, and exhale, dive forward. On your inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, plant the palms, walk or jump back, float through a chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, shoulders over the wrists, and exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, sweeps the right leg up to the sky. And as you exhale, knee to the nose. See if you can really get it to touch the nose. Sweep it high on the inhale. One more time. This time, knee to right elbow. Then drop it down to the wrist, back to the elbow. And inhale it up to the sky. As you exhale, step that right foot forward. And arms will reach up as you breathe in, coming into our crescent lunge. Take a moment here, take a breath in, and then hinge forward at the hips. Nothing changes in the legs. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale to reach. Exhale, lean it forward. And from here, without touching the left foot to the mat, if you can, draw the left knee into the chest. And we'll come into a standing pigeon pose by placing that left ankle on the right knee. And you can keep the hands at heart center or rest the hands down on the mat. Just take a breath or two here. We'll have time to come into a balancing posture on our second round. We're just feeling out the pose, letting the muscles open here on our first round through. On your inhale, left knee back to the chest and then step it back into our crescent lunge. And we'll open up for warrior two. Flatten the left foot, right knee over the right ankle. Bring your hands behind the head and interlace the hands. As you exhale, drop the right elbow down toward the right knee and then exhale, left elbow to the back of the mat. And just flow 2 more times. Inhaling and exhaling, staying strong through the legs, finding the balance in the legs. And we'll extend the arms for our warrior two. Straighten through the right leg. We'll parallel the feet as we fold forward into Prasarita, wide-legged forward fold. Reach around behind you, interlace the fingers, open through the shoulders. Just preparing the body for balancing postures. On your inhale, lengthen through the spine, release the hands, and point the toes to the corners of the mat. We'll come into a Skandasana, shifting over toward the right knee. Hands at heart center, right toes reaching up towards the ceiling. Drop the hips, open through the chest. And then we'll come back through center. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bring your hands to your hips and come all the way up to standing. We'll come right back into our warrior two pose. And from here, lower both hands down to the mat. Heel toe the right foot to the outside of the right hand, and then step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, coming into Malasana, our yogi squat. And from here, plant the palms, walk or jump back, and flow through a chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. On your inhale, left foot sweeps high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, this time knee to the left elbow. Drop it to the wrist, back to the elbow. And inhale, reach it back up to the sky. Exhale, step the foot between the hands and rise up for crescent lunge. Shoulders aligning directly over the hips, wrists over the shoulders. Keep the legs as you hinge forward with reaching through the arms. Inhale up and exhale, hinge. Inhale, reach high. And exhale, hinging forward, staying strong as you pull the right knee into your chest, coming into our standing pigeon pose. Right ankle on top of the left knee, Hands can rest at heart center or down on the mat. Take a moment to open through the right hip. On your inhale, hands back through heart center, and we'll pull that right knee into the chest. Step it back for crescent lunge, arms reach high. Open for warrior two, gazing over the left fingertips. Inhale the hands behind the head, and then exhale, left elbow to the left knee, and then reverse. Flowing through that, moving with your breath 2 more times. Inhale takes you toward the knee. Exhale takes you towards the back leg. And from here, we'll come back into our warrior two. Straighten through the left leg, parallel the feet, and fold forward for the standing wide leg fold, Prasarita. Interlace the fingers behind you. See if you can move a bit deeper into that shoulder stretch. On your inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then toes point toward the corners of your mat, and we'll shift over to the right side, hands to heart center. Release the hands down to the mat as you come back to center, and hands to the hips, rise up. Extend the arms, coming right back into our warrior two, and then we'll lower both hands down to the mat. We'll heel to the left foot to the outside of the left hand, and then step the right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming into our yogi squat, Malasana. From here, plant the palms, walk or jump back, floating through chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, and a deep breath out. We'll flow through that sequence again with some balancing options. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, knee to the right elbow. So you can stay here and shift the knee up and down like we did the first time, or option for a hurdler's pose here, just balancing right leg on top of that shelf with the right arm. And then from here, we'll come into our crescent lunge, rising up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, reach. And exhale, hinge. Inhale to reach. Exhale it forward, strong through the legs, coming into our standing pigeon pose. Left ankle on top of the right knee. So again, you can take the first option, or if you'd like to come into a flying pigeon, you're welcome to just create a shelf with the forearms and then wrap that left foot on the outside of the right arm as you balance. And then from here, we'll come right back into the standing pigeon pose as we rise back up. Step that left foot back and reach the arms overhead. Exhale to open for warrior two. Hands behind the head. Exhale, elbow to knee, and reverse. Elbow to knee, moving a bit deeper with each repetition. One more time. Exhale to reverse. And then inhale, warrior two. Straighten through that right leg, parallel the feet. Fold it forward. Take a breath to reset here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, reach around behind you, interlace the fingers. And let's release the hands down to the mat. Open the feet to the edges of your mat. We'll come into Skandasana, bending through the left knee, hands folding to heart center. This time you can reach the arms in opposite directions. Right arm to the sky, left arm down towards your mat. And then come back to center. Hands to your waist, rise up. From here, we'll move through our warrior two. Lower the hands, and we'll heel toe the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Feel free to stay right here in Malasana, or you can play with the crow pose, bringing the knees to the shelf that you create with your elbows. And then lifting the feet off the mat, maybe playing with one foot and both feet, gazing forward. And then jump it back, take a chaturanga flow, inhaling and exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg sweeps up to the sky. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale it high. And this time you can bring the left knee to the left elbow and stay there, moving the knee up and down to the wrist and elbow, or take another hurdler's pose, balancing. When you're ready, you can come into crescent lunge. Left foot is forward, arms reach overhead. Exhale to hinge forward. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, forward, keeping the energy of the pose, moving all the way out through the fingertips. One more round, inhaling forward, and this time step forward, right knee to the chest, and then right ankle on top of left knee, coming into our standing pigeon pose. Feel free to stay right here, or if you'd like to play, just think of bending through the elbows to create a 90-degree angle, and then rest the right knee on that elbow. Left knee can reach up, just floating off the earth. Some of you might want to extend that straight into the sky. From here, coming right back through our standing pigeon pose, and then step that right foot back as we sweep the arms overhead for crescent lunge. Open for warrior two. And then hands behind the head. Take a breath in and exhale. Drop the left elbow. Inhale, reach the right elbow. Two more times, moving with your inhalation and exhalation. Think of moving just an inch deeper each time you flow. We'll come back through our warrior two. Straighten the left leg. Heel toe the feet in as you fold forward. Interlace the fingers. Shoulders should be feeling nice and open now, so maybe the shoulders will let you drop the hands just a little farther toward the earth. And let's release the hands down to the mat. Inhale to lengthen. On the exhale, bend through the right knee, Skandasana. Option to open the arms in opposite directions, gazing towards your top hand. Hands will come right back to center as you shift toward the middle of your mat. Just pausing here to bring the hands to the hips. Rise up, back through our warrior two. And exhale to lower the hands. Stepping into our Malasana pose, staying here or playing with second round of crow pose. Your choice, listen to your body. If you're moving into crow, go ahead and lift the feet up off the earth, crown of the head magnetizes forward. And then jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Gaze forward, walk or jump to the top of your mat. Lengthen your spine and exhale to fold. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold, maybe clasping behind the calves, pulling the crown of the head down toward the mat. Really stretching out through the spine. On your inhale, arms reach to the sides as you come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale to sweep the arms overhead. And exhale, this time hands float through heart center as we squat down, balancing on the toes. A little toe squat here. You can rest the fingertips out in front of you for balance, or if you'd like to make this a balancing pose, just wrap the arms around the knees, staying on the toes, so a little ball pose here. And then from here, when you're ready, if you haven't already fallen out of it, go ahead and shift down to your sit bones. And let's come into a seated pose. Reach the arms up overhead. Hands float through heart center. Pause here. Be mindful of your breath. Watch it flowing in and out. May the balancing postures on your mat help you to create balance in your life. Take all of that down into our final resting pose, our Shavasana. Coming all the way onto your back, palms open to the sky. Just be still and receive the benefits of your practice. Next breath in, gently begin to pull the knees into your chest and then roll yourself over onto your right side. From here, we'll press all the way up to a seated pose. Inhale to sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, pull the hands down through your heart center. Thank you for joining me for this challenging balancing practice. May you be balanced in your life and in your spirit. Namaste.